This is the Rebel Scum Podcast. Available in video on YouTube and audio wherever you listen to your podcasts. Every week, Brock and James talk the latest rumors, news, and theories from a galaxy far, far away. Support us on Patreon for exclusive offers and join the Star Wars discussion. Patreon.com/RebelScumPodcast. Here are your hosts, Brock and James.
You're always scum. Rebel scum.
Hello, everyone. It's that time of year again where James takes out this plastic mask and thinks he can talk with it.
I don't think I can talk with it. Let's get that straight. I know I can't even see this here. It's like my nose is in the nose, but my eyes are here. I guess it's made for kids.
It's the spooky season, and we have basically hit the penultimate end of the month. It's Halloween, so we have to somewhat make a Halloween episode.
Yeah, we're going all out on the Halloween spooks this year.
I mean, I shouldn't critique Star Wars that much. They did just release the Frightening Tales?
Terrifying
Legos.
Tales.
Terrifying Tales. I've heard it's pretty good.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
No.
Do you want me to give you a full-on review?
I watched, hold on. I watched the Muppets.
Yes.
What's that place?
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion, and that was pretty good.
I had a couple gripes with Muppets Haunted Mansion. One of them we talked about last week. The voices. There were some voices I was just like, stop it. But my other gripe was, and I might have to watch them back to back because I love the Muppets, and Muppet Christmas Carol is one of the best adaptations of A Christmas Carol, which is weird because it's Muppets and you don't expect it, but it is. The Gonzo puppet, did it look cheaper than normal? Like it didn't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
All right, it's not just me because we were watching. I was like, I think I'm enjoying this, but this his mouth was just kind of like flopping.
Yeah,
and they look very plasticky. And Muppets are usually like, the thing with Muppets is they come to life, right? And that one really. So it wasn't just me. That's.
Especially in like the first scene where him and Pepe are in the limo.
Yeah.
I know they're puppets and they're not alive, but like the eyes just seem so dead. And it's like, what's going on? It's like, it'd be one thing if it was like a side character, but this is like your main Muppet. It did not look good, man.
Yeah, it felt like I don't know. It was like Ninja Turtle 3 versions of it was like, was this Jim Henson? But Brian Henson was involved in this. I don't know what he voiced someone. I don't know who.
Yeah.
I think, Kermit's going to take some time. It's weird because Kermit, went from Jim Henson to, I can't remember his name, to now. And it's like 3 voices of Kermit's and they're all very different. Yeah. They're so different.
Yeah. Like Kermit's like super different. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to figure out if he's closer to Jim Henson than the last Kermit we had.
I don't know, man. I
do remember when Muppets Christmas Carol came out, my parents, who were my age at the shot, like they were my age when that movie came out, maybe even younger. They were like, Kermit sounds terrible. Like they couldn't get on board with it. Took like eventually they did because the movie we watched it every year, right? So eventually you just kind of like, this is Kermit. But I remember that first year it came out, they were very much like, that doesn't sound like Kermit, but they knew like Jim Henson was their Kermit. And I was a kid and I heard the difference, but I think because I was younger I was more susceptible to like moving on.
To the point that like that's the thing, like that Kermit is my Kermit in my head, and it's just like, oh yeah, it is different. So I don't know.
Yeah, because that's you grew up mostly with that one, whereas I kind of had like an overlap. Like I did the Muppet Show, so it's interesting. But yeah, it's a fun it's a fun ride. Though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I watched the Muppet Show though, like so like or maybe I've just like haven't watched it.
I think
the Muppet Show or Muppets Take Manhattan in a long time that like I've forgotten what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think it's just like I know when I first heard the second Kermit after Jim Henson passed away, I knew the difference.
Yeah.
But it didn't. affect me at all. And then I kind of just grew to that being the voice. And then when you heard it was weird though, when you heard the Jim Henson one, you kind of just like, I don't know, it might be my age because I was like 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever, but like you could separate them in a way.
Yeah.
It's like, but now it's just, I don't know. But the Gonzo puppet it threw me off. Like it just kept throwing me off. And I was like, I'm pretty, like the script was funny. Like it was very Muppety. Like, it was,
Yeah, the only other complaint I have is the picture that they chose for Disney Plus for when you click on it. You know how they always have a still of it. It's I think it's Pepe talking to John Stamos.
Yes,
it is like the worst picture of John Stamos to the point where like, who is that?
Yeah, no,
we're like, I think that's John Stamos. But anyways, I thought it was pretty good. I haven't watched the whole thing, so perhaps
it's 50 minutes. It took me 2 days to watch it too. I started watching it late, and I was like, it's only 50 minutes, and Erin didn't even see the John Stamos part. She slept through it, and I didn't feel like rewinding it for her to watch it. So it's a jump scare. Chill.
Well, welcome to the Rebel Scare podcast. Happy Halloween, James. I'm Brock.
Happy Halloween.
He's like, we should do The Simpsons. Like, I'm Brock Scream, and this is James
Shrieking.
Haunted House.
Don't even try. Just throw it away.
Bones Razile.
I'm not even wearing. I'm dressed like a loser today.
Yeah, go Jets.
They suck. I'm dressed like a loser
Invincible.
today. That's my Halloween costume. Is loser. Invincible. That's the Eagles.
That's the Eagles. Whatever. They're the green shirts.
I have 2 Eagles tops. I have my I was gonna wear my Kylo Ren shirt. I put it down there before we went on, and I forgot to throw it on. So just pretend I'm wearing a Kylo Ren t-shirt over this right now.
You got it.
Anyway, it's Halloween. It's Star Wars Terrifying Tales. I would suggest, Brock. I can't. I said this to Andrew Fantastic. I can't. Recommend this for someone our age, unless you're a Star Wars fan. But it's the type of special. Whereas if I was, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
It's a Halloween special that I would adore. I would love this Halloween special. It's right up there with that. So for our age, it's not made for us. So it's hard to critique it and like, the subtleties of Darth Vader. But it's there is a character. The main bad guy was the greatest. I couldn't believe they did it. You got to watch it just for the main bad guy. Because you might have to Google who it is, but you will appreciate it because it's hilarious that they chose that individual to be the main antagonist in this.
For Terrifying.
Yeah. It's I love that they chose that. It completely makes sense, but I never would have thought of it until I watched it. And then the Kylo and the Knights of Ren thing was really cool. I think it it shed some light on that. Actually, it was a lot of fun, and there's a few other stories that were okay. But I think I preferred this to the holiday special last year, the Christmas one. But it's still, for me, they do like 2 or 3 tales, and I would have been fine with just the Kylo Ren one and then cutting it off.
Yeah.
Again, for kids though, I think perfect.
That's the thing. Like, I probably will watch it just to see this Knights of Ren thing because I'm like, oh, it uses the character from the comic book. That's cool. Wow.
It's probably like 5 minutes, but it's like the best 5 minutes.
In the vein of Halloween, I don't know if you've heard this yet. I saw it when I was looking for Holo News. Apparently, the new Secrets of the Sith or whatever the book's coming out.
Yeah.
It basically tells you why Palpatine creates Snoke, and it's like he's cloning him, obviously, so he can put himself in the new body. But then Snoke's body doesn't work long enough, or doesn't work to take in Palpatine's essence. So it's like a Frankenstein, right?
Yeah.
And he's a ghost. Ooh. But apparently, like, I just read it briefly, like, Snoke had a connection to the Force or the dark side, so he allowed him to stay and create the new First Order. So, like, Snoke as a clone is, like, he's not like a zombie. He's like, he has thoughts and what have you. And then it turns out that Rey's father is the one clone that actually works. So I'm kind of interested to read. Like, they just gave brief snippets of it, but it's like, when you talk Palpatine, you talk clones like for the last 20 years. So it's like it's not hugely surprising, but like I don't think I've heard them like say like Palpatine's son or daughter or whoever the actual Palpatine is a clone. I'm like, whoa. I mean that's bigger than Snoke. Like who cares? Yeah, it's like he was created too. We already know that. We watched Rise of Skywalker, but you know what I mean? Like that was a reveal. I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think that's all great, and this should be a series on Disney Plus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe the Boba Fett show and these shows are going to go down that path. I don't know, but it would be nice to, because look, I think I said this last week. It's great to have it in a book. I'm going to read this. This sounds like a book I'm going to read. Although that Visions book, I've been hearing it's really good, so I might check that one out first, actually. But right. It sounds really good. It sounds really cool. But you gotta, like, if you want people to know the story, you gotta put it in a visual form on television or in the theater. And you have an avenue for it now. Use it, abuse it. Take it to.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta fly.
It's not like it's almost 2022 and we're still like dying for more Star Wars content. So.
So Hawkeye comes out on November 24th, and it's 6 episodes of dropping 2, and then I think that's going to bring us right into Boba Fett. It seems like Disney Plus doesn't want Star Wars and Marvel to overlap yet. I mean, I'm not counting Bad Batch because that's animated, and I don't think animated and live action they consider in the same thing. So it seems like they don't want them to overlap, and so we're going to get Hawkeye, which is going to lead us into Boba Fett, which will lead us into... I guess we'll probably find out November 12th.
That's right. What's
going to be next, but and then eventually you got to think they're going to start overlapping because there's just there's too many of them coming. Yeah, like
who cares?
The thing is, it's streaming, so even though they come out on Wednesdays or whatever now, it's like, am I going to die to watch it on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
I mean, I will, but I could watch it on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm curious how Wednesdays will work, because Falcon and Winter Soldier was Fridays, and they all got spoiled for me by the end of the day. Like, Loki was Wednesdays, and I feel like it took a little bit longer for it to I still got spoiled, but it felt like it took a little bit longer for the spoilers to hit. Not the first episode was like immediate, like Mandalorian, like immediate. Like the beginning of the Mandalorian, and you're like, I just woke up, man. It's 6 a.m. You can't. Why are you spoiling it already? That's one thing I hate. Yeah. But anyway, so it doesn't. I think we'll drop Marvel on Wednesday, Star Wars on Friday, whatever. Who cares? Just drop them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's. I think it's a small demographic of people that actually watch it the day it comes out. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the nerds. It's the diehards, right?
So like I thought that was pretty cool when I read that about Palpatine.
Yeah.
But bigger news this week.
What?
The Dreadlord himself, Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen, is set to be in the Ahsoka series. This is very, very interesting because he's going to be in Obi-Wan, but that's set after somewhere between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, correct? That's where Obi-Wan occurs.
It is 10 years after Sith, I believe.
Okay.
I could be making that up, but I think I heard it's like 10 years after Sith.
But like that makes sense because Vader's alive. Ahsoka, we assume, is going to take place during Mandalorian era.
I thought they said it was all the Mandalorian. I don't think they said Boba Fett because it wasn't announced at the time, but it was Mandalorian. Yeah. The New Republic soldier thing, which isn't happening anymore. Those were all supposed to like kind of tie together.
Yeah, in the Mandoverse.
Yeah.
So, speaking of which, we had never talked about this because we were off for so long. Pablo Hidalgo, Pedro Pascal, good lord, is busy filming Last of Us.
Yeah.
So it turns out like he's not really on set for season 3 that much of Mandalorian. So could we have a season where he doesn't take off the mask? Like I would argue, who cares about it anymore? Because it's like you've done it. It's enough. I think
I know. They did it last season twice.
Yeah.
And my dad loves the show, but he hated that he took off his helmet that first time. in the state. I can't remember what he had a reason for hating it, and it kind of made sense because it never really bothered me. He hates everything. Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of understood what he was saying.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and I was like, yeah, I get it. So I'm with you. I know Pedro Pascal wants to act, but Giancarlo Esposito, did you see the thing where he was like, well, you know, there's a job to do, and in the job, he wears a mask. That's what it says. And it's like, yeah, I mean, he's, you know, he might think it sucks, but he's, I guess, a voice actor at this point in it.
Whatever.
But I mean, he's
staying busy.
Exactly. They have great stunt doubles. He's the face of the Mandalorian regardless.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll find a place for him to take off his mask. But I don't care if he never does. I don't care if Boba Fett never takes it off. You know, I don't. Yeah. I just, it's Star Wars. It's not. It's kind of like you know, the Marvel movies. You know, in the comics, Captain America always wears his mask. In the movies, he never wears his mask.
Exactly.
Like Spider-Man is like they try to find ways for him to not have his mask on in the movies. It's like, geez, just, you know, that's the part, man. That's the shtick. That's what you're doing. You know, Spider-Man wears a mask, Mandalorian wears a mask, and that's the Rocketeer wears a mask. That's how it is. It's just, you know, I mean, it might suck, but you got his career. It was, you know, he had got Wonder Woman before Mandalorian, but his career is definitely definitely escalated because of the Mandalorian, I think.
It's gone up like as fast as a jetpack. What were your thoughts that like Hayden Christensen's going to be in Ahsoka?
I was like, oh great, here he comes to ruin another Star War.
He's going to Jar Jar another thing.
Oh, him and Jar. Imagine if Jar Jar was his right hand man. That'd be. I was thrilled, obviously. You know that Anakin's my fan. I'm a huge Anakin fan. I've always been a huge Hayden Christensen fan as Anakin. I was one of the 7. It's me, his mom, Aaron, his wife, and one person in Uxbridge, Ontario. That we were all fans. That's only 5. But anyway, my math is off. But so I was thrilled because, you know, I'm a huge fan. You know, it's probably going to be in flashbacks. But either way, again, Clone Wars is great, but it's animation, and people, you know, you have a chance not to reach a larger audience. And I think when you bring Ahsoka into live action and you want to, you know, you got to show who she is and who she was. And to show who she was, you need to bring in Anakin. And I think Hayden Christensen is perfect for that. What about you?
Sure. Like, it sounds good. I mean, this is a way to bring those characters in and not have to like continue making movies about the Skywalkers. Like, and I think we all want to know what Ahsoka thinks of Vader being Anakin, because I feel so like the episode in Rebels where they fight each other, that's her realizing who he is. Yeah, like that's a big part of that show, that she realizes who it is. And you could, like, if Ezra Bridger's going to be like the point of the show and General Thrawn, it's like this is another storyline you set up in Rebels. Why not continue it? Like, I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm like actually very interested to see where that goes. But then like the problem is too, the era is like Vader is dead, so perhaps we're just seeing flashbacks. Oh, how amazing! It would make no sense for like the casual viewer, but how amazing would be like the episode starts where they're facing off against each other in that like Sith temple, where like at the end of Rebels it closes and then you assume she's dead because Vader leaves. Like, how amazing would it be to see the next part of that scene? You're like, whoa! Like, you wouldn't take long to set that up. You would just say,
no, I mean,
Vader. You're like,
context is everything, so you just have to.
Yeah.
And the context would be this scenario. That'd be awesome. What about Anakin being a Force ghost in this?
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Like, if he's just like her Force ghost buddy, and he's like, hey, come on, Snips. And she's like, hey, Sky Guy. And they kind of do their thing in Force. Like, you have to set up why he would be with her, but the one thing with this show, Anakin aside, and you brought up Ezra, is you know, they want to find Thrawn. Yep. Rumor is Ezra's gonna be in it. You know, but we've got the sequels. The sequel trilogy has happened. Yeah. And we know that Ezra is not Ezra's not in the sequel trilogy. He's not even a voice as a ghost for Rey at the end, whereas Ahsoka is a ghost. So you wonder what part he would play in this, knowing that the outcome would have to lead him away from the events of the sequels. Is there something going on somewhere else that they can then take us on a journey with him somewhere that's happening alongside the sequels? But not as big as what's happening in the sequels, but he's just not aware of that situation. We're getting to this area now where it's like, well, we know where you're going, but how does this guy get here? How does Ahsoka, I guess, although it doesn't say their ghost voice, so she could be alive, I guess. But anyway, she has a different voice in the movie than the show anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think with the Ahsoka show, like as much as they can connect it to Rebels, I'd be happy. And then, what else was I gonna say? Like, oh gosh, I want as much references to. Oh, and then like if we're gonna go Force Ghost or any kind of connection of communication through Force, I want to see. I said it before, the scene where she talks to Grogu through the Force. Like, I want to see that. So put that in there. Make this show about the Force and make the Mandalorian whatever. Like, I think that would be super awesome. Like talk about Rebels and talk about Grogu, and perhaps Anakin could fit in there. Like, who knows? Like, there's a lot of fun stuff right there. So.
Yeah, maybe Anakin is helping guide her to Ezra. It's probably just going to be flashbacks. Yeah. So let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then people are speculating that maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi comes back as well for some flashbacks. And that's intriguing, but also, I don't know. It's like, is the Obi-Wan show his Logan? Is this like, he's just like, no, that's it? Or is this something where he's like, I'm going to embrace this character once again? Imagine Anakin and Obi-Wan both as Force ghosts. Just chilling together.
Like Stan Waldorf from the Muppets. And that's how we make it. That's our callback. Hey. Boom.
They were in a chair from the Haunted Mansion ride. Have you been on the ride, the Haunted Mansion?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I know you're not big on rides, but basically you're just on like a chair.
Yeah, chair. And
I was with my niece who was 5 at the time. I want to say 5 or 6. And we got stuck. The ride got stuck.
Oh, yeah, I was on there when I got stuck, too.
I guess maybe this is just part of the ride. We were at the part where this door just kept opening and like a hand was coming in. And I think at first she was scared, but we were there for so long that she just ended up getting bored of it. Yeah. And I will say, it was getting a little annoying because it was for, I think it was 10 minutes. We're like, oh, boy. But we used a fast pass to get on that, and I have no regrets.
No regrets.
Huge fan of Tower of Terror, though.
Ah.
That'll make you scream.
Especially if David S. Pumpkins is there. Ooh. Any questions?
What a stupid skit. Just brilliantly stupid. And like so simple. Just like 2 sets. I watched Saturday Night Live for the first time in like 10 years. A couple weekends ago. And we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it there.
Anyways.
You know what? There's a problem with comedy now where it's you can't take chances anymore. And so everything is like kind of like, I'm like, there were jokes and people were laughing, go, I don't know. It sounds like a kindergarten kid wrote that one. It's like very basic. But that was my first time. It's probably not 10 years. It's probably been 8 or 9 years since I saw a full episode all the way through. I used to watch it every weekend religiously. And I didn't stop because of quality or anything. I just stopped because I just stopped. And I've seen clips. Like I watch clips on YouTube sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It is what it is. How do we get here? They're Halloween stuff. So they usually have good holiday shows. And their Star Wars auditions are the best.
Absolutely.
Can't be there. I like when the C-3PO, Richard Dreyfuss says C-3PO. It's one of my favorite missed opportunities that I think George Lucas is not kicking himself. Who's under that mask? It's Richard Dreyfuss. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, watch Terrifying Tales because I know you're a fan, but don't watch it and take notes on canon or anything. Just enjoy it for what it is, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, you want to go to the odds?
Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
Let's do it. Never tell me the odds. Brought to you and me by our friends from Patreon. Patreon.com/Rebel Scum Podcast. If you like what we do, why don't you support us? We would greatly appreciate it, just as much as we appreciate the following people. Heidi Feder, executive producer, Barry Brophy, Dennis Allen, Randy Kenobi, Mary Kristen Aton, Jeff Wilson, Phil Stanford, Scott D, Josh Price, Matt W,
Rez, Frank Perkins, Neil Lowry, D Raven, Spencer, Cosmic Girl 02, Gleek Play 1, Disney Desi, Charlotte, Kayla Davis, Aaron Quinton, Dennis, Nerds, and the Girls with Sabers.
Boom.
Also, I don't know if you've seen Dune yet, but it just looks like such a ripoff of Star Wars to me that I refuse to watch it.
Yeah. It's totally a ripoff.
It's just
of
a
Star
ripoff
Wars.
of Star Wars. That's something that's been making its way around the interwebs right now. Is people complaining that it's a ripoff of Star Wars. And I actually haven't seen it, and I've never seen the original, and I've never read it, and I don't know basically anything about it, except for when I was a kid. I think my grandmother got me the Making of Dune hardcover book, and I just looked through it, and I didn't really, the thing is, this is how, I just knew, Captain Picard was in it. Here's what I did. Yeah. The thing that threw me off, though, was I had no idea that there was, a thing in their nose until, I think, last year when they released images. I was like, what's in their noses? I don't know. I honestly know absolutely nothing about it. I like Denis Villeneuve, but I haven't seen Blade Runner 20... whatever the number is that 49. Comes out. I haven't seen that movie yet, but I haven't seen the original Blade Runner either. So I haven't seen that. So, I mean, Dune, I don't know. Are you going to be seeing Dune, Brock?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to go to the theater. I've convinced Reham to go with me. I'm like, nice. This is a good movie to go back. We're going to go see in IMAX because it's shot in IMAX. I don't want to see in 3D because I don't think it'll be as good because 3D and me and glasses don't really work. But yeah, I'm excited.
We went to go see Ninja Turtles 2. You grabbed the kids' 3D glasses.
Yeah.
Luckily, right. I have a small head. Sorry, go on.
Anyways, so yeah, no, I'm excited to see it. I love Denis Villeneuve, so his stuff is just so good. And it's Blade Runner. But it's funny, Dune falls in that category of Blade Runner. Where it's if this is not up to your speed, you might not like it, sort of thing, because it's just
that's the sense I get in Dune. Okay, so the comparisons to Star Wars intrigue me the most, but I feel like it won't be anything like
it's
Star
not
Wars.
That big of it's
no, I don't
there's an empire, and Paul Atreides has a mind control power that's similar to the Force. It's he can just make his voice, he can just project a voice and control people.
Who is that?
The main character, Paul Atreides, or Timothy Chalamet, or Kyle MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan, okay. It's a damn fine cup of coffee. I don't know. Maybe I'll probably see Dune before Blade Runner. I won't be going to this theater to watch it.
Theater.
I think that my next theatrical experience will be Ghostbusters 4.
And French Dispatch is out right now.
Yeah, we got to go see that. We have to figure out a day to go because my next few weekends are crazy. I heard someone say that it wasn't as good as they were hoping it was, but they said it is very Wes Anderson.
Yeah, of course.
So I was I think I did read somewhere where they said he went he went up a notch on the Wes Anderson-ness. It's like you never go full Wes Anderson. Yes, you do.
How did we deviate this much?
Okay, never tell me the odds. Oh, because Dune is a ripoff of Star Wars, and I refuse to watch nonsense.
Yeah.
All right, will Cassian Andor release before Obi-Wan Kenobi? Which show will come out first? Will it be a Cassian Andor show or Obi-Wan Kenobi? We're going to probably find out November 12th. We're only like a couple weeks away. But Brock, what comes out first?
A sneeze.
Bless you.
I'm gonna say Andor, and I'm gonna go 75% just because they had something to show us, and Obi-Wan has yet to show us anything.
Anything. I think you're right. I'm gonna go 65.39%.
Yeah.
Because I do think so. Because they did show us something. It seems like it wrapped earlier. And you give us Andor in like March or whatever, and then or January, and then you give us Obi-Wan like right after, or a few months later, and then you let Mando season 3 come out at Christmas time again, and then you got like a full year of Star Wars with a couple blank spots in between. Next on, will Boba Fett? This is for Halloween. This is a Halloween odd. Will there be scenes considered scary in Boba Fett?
Maybe. I'm gonna go 55%, based on nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue we're gonna do top 5.
Scary
top 5 scary creatures in Star Wars, not in life, Brock. In Star Wars, and
the platypus. That's scary.
I think there's an opportunity for, like I guess the Sarlacc could be on that list. I think there's an opportunity for stuff like that to be shown. So if you consider that scary, so maybe there could be some cool stuff. So I'm gonna go 61%. Why not? Let's go 61. Show me a scary creature, something new. I mean, I think Mandalorian gave us a scary one or two, so why not this one? And our final odd. Another Halloween one. Will we see a live-action Star Wars horror / like Halloween special on Disney Plus? We'll get like something scary Star Wars related live action that will deal solely with Star Wars.
I'm gonna go 45%. I want something like that to happen. Let's be a little bit creative, like outside of like a Lego like terrifying tales. I don't know if it's gonna happen anytime soon. But yeah, I don't know. At 45%, I think unfortunately Star Wars is too in one vein. I could be wrong. What do I know, James? 45% for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 30.2967.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They should do it, but they undoubtedly will not.
Yeah.
And that is our Never Tell Me the Odds. Let us know what your odds are in the comments down below. Brock, let's go over to the news. Guess what? It's Halloween news. Spooky news.
Halloween news.
It's Halloween. We gotta rehearse. You could buy the theme song Hollow News on iTunes and Google Play Music for $2.99, and make it your ringtone.
It's the new.
My mic is off.
It's blowing up TikTok. Halloween news. The news you need to know right now. I'm really killing it with the Halloween puns. Speaking of Star Wars horror, Mike Flanagan recently revealed that he has an idea for a horror movie based in the Star Wars universe, and we need it on our screens right now. Flanagan, known for directing horror films like Dr. Sleep and Gerald's Game, posted to Twitter that he had woken up to an idea that could be his newest film, a Star Wars horror flick. He tweeted, "Got woken up by the earthquake this morning, sat there for a few minutes just thinking I'd really love to make a horror movie in the Star Wars universe. Though we aren't sure what exactly prompted this idea besides the earthquake, it would be very cool if this actually happened." Also, like, happening recently in Star Wars, I don't know if you're new, HasbroCon happened, and one of the big reveals was all the upcoming Star Wars action figures and accoutrement that goes along with that. One being the HasLab Black Series Rancor action figure, the 6-inch scale, and I think there was a slightly larger one. This one was crowdfunded through HasLab, which has been a popular way of getting these figures made. It's still going on, the project, this crowdfunded project. It started October 22nd and goes to December 6th. And if it's successful, it will ship by spring 2023. But also announced was different Star Wars Black Series. A lot of the Mandalorian, specifically, there was a series of them, the Mandalorian and Grogu, Cobb Vanth, Boba Fett in his Tython gear, Migs Mayfield when he is the tank driver, and of course there is a lightsaber. This time it is Leia Organa's lightsabers. That's exciting. Along with that, we saw a Black Series Droid Depot toy action figure set, a Galactic Creatures toy action figure set. So there's like 5 or 6 figures in it. First Order toy action set. Navarro Cantina player set, that being from Mandalorian. Fleet Troopers, Rebel Fleet Troopers. So there's 4 different of the troopers, the ones that we commonly know from the opening scene of A New Hope. A 3.7-inch Ahsoka figure, 3.7 Anakin Skywalker as a young Jedi figure, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, and the Mandalorian Grogu, again, as 3.75-inch action figures. So it might be Halloween, but Christmas has come early for next year. These are all looking to be available sometime next year. Check them out if you want them specifically. Some are exclusives to retail. Some are exclusive to the Disneyland store, blah, blah, blah. So you got to check it out. But if you followed the Hasbro PulseCon, whatever it's called, for those of you looking to get a little more Star Wars spooky, take these suggestions for the best episodes to watch of Clone Wars to get into the Halloween spirit. Season 1's Lair of Grievous, Season 2's Legacy of Terror and Brain Invaders, the Zillo Beast and the Zillo Beast Strike Back, also from Season 2, and from Season 3, Ghost of Mortis and Padawan Lost. Let us know what you think in the comments, and what is your spookiest thing to watch for Star Wars. And this has been another Halloween news.
Ooh, one of my favorite Star Wars for Halloween is Death Troopers, the novel. It is old, but check it out. Death Troopers, zombies, stormtroopers. You can't beat it at Halloween.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, but you can't when it comes to this guy, even though Death Troopers have a new meaning now in the Star Wars world. Let's go to top. I can't think of a spooky word for 5. Boo.
Fear. Top fears.
Top 5 spooky creatures in Star Wars.
What are your top fears, James?
Werewolves.
Commitment and bees.
My biggest fear is werewolves. Thank you, Michael Jackson. I had the red leather jacket from Thriller when I was a kid.
Of course you did.
Big Michael Jackson fan as a child. Thriller scared the crackers out of me. But I was Beat It was my jam. Huge fan of Beat It. The top 5 scary creatures of Star Wars. My number 5 is it tends to lose one's mind. Borgullet.
Oh.
I think Borgullet's pretty fun. I think the usage of him was a little weird, and I still think they could have said one tends to lose one's mind temporarily, because he clearly loses his mind for 36 seconds. But Borgullet is on my list. It's a blobby slug.
My number 5 is Rathars from Force Awakens, because they're just like murder machines.
Yeah, I was never a huge fan of that scene, but I kind of wish they're in the Maul comic, the first Maul comic. I wish they made another appearance, and because I feel like there's something that could grow on me in Star Wars, and I would like more Rathars, please. Disney Plus. The Rathar series. It's all I'm a lonely Rathar. Just trying to kill someone. Number 4, the Crate Dragon. You hear him scream in A New Hope, and you see him eat some stuff in The Mandalorian. The Crate Dragon is my number 4.
My number 4 is your number 5, Borgullet.
Nope.
Kind of crazy. So, yeah.
Can't be
honorable mention that I didn't put on this list. Oh God, what are the bat birds that are inside the
Minox?
The Minox, like the part of them like flying by the window of the Millennium Falcon, then sticking to the window, like that was one of the scariest parts of this movie. Like,
absolutely. Empire Strikes Back has a bunch of scary moments.
Yeah.
My number 3 is from The Empire Strikes Back. It's the Wampa.
Oh snap! Mine is similar, but not from Empire Strikes Back. It's from season 2, episode 2 of The Mandalorian, the Ice Spiders. I looked it up, and they're basically just called the Ice Spiders.
they're great. They're not on my list, but my list sucks. My number 2 is Rancor. Not even scary, but I mean, if I came face to face with the Rancor, I think you'd be scared if you came face to face with the Rancor. You'd be dead. Like you would.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you could shut a gate down on it, there's no stopping them.
My number 2 is adjacent to the Rancor, the Sarlacc pit, because who isn't scared of a butthole with teeth?
Oh, okay. That's good point. And my number 1, I'm going to go dramatic with the mask on. Geonosian brain worms from the Clone Wars.
Oh, snap.
That's not where you thought I was going with it. But that's where I am. Geonosian brain worms, because, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, basically. Great episode. Great Halloween episode, also.
Number 1 for me is the Ugnaughts, because they don't look like they should be alive. Pigmen. It's just like, kill me. Anyways.
I have spoken.
Nice.
I
don't even know what you're wearing. I can't see your face.
Me?
It's a Darth Maul. I was like, did you have another mask? No, it's Darth Maul.
Oh, no. I only have the Darth Maul mask. Yeah. I have an Anakin lightsaber over there, but I can't reach it. What if it worked? What if if I planned this out better, I would have had Aaron waiting there the entire show and then tossed it at me in the air, and you would have been like, ah! But I didn't put any thought into it, so it didn't happen. Anyway, that's our... Did you do your number 1? Ugnaughts.
Yeah, Ugnaughts. Kill me.
Ugnaughts are number 1. Jawas could be up there. It'd be scary to have Jawas come and like raid you of everything.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more scary stuff. Like the Wolfman that got cut out of A New Hope. He's pretty scary. Any creature in A New Hope was scary because the budget was so small. They couldn't make them look very friendly. They're like, just terrified. New Hope sucks. I'm just joking. Anyway, this is episode 228. Last week we got to play your theme song, Brock. 227 theme song. It's in there. Last week we turned the monetization off for 30 seconds of jam, and we did it. It has like our most views in like forever, so that's good. It's good.
Of course it does.
You can't beat 227. Everyone knew we were playing that song. All right. Anyway, this has been episode 228 of the Rebel Scum podcast. Anything else you want to say, Brock? He's frozen.
Happy Halloween, and go see Dune. It's not Star Wars.
Dune is like the Attack of the Clones with sand.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a very happy and safe Halloween. Go out trick-or-treating, get some candy, and don't forget to share with us. He's Brock, I'm James, and he was always Scum.
Rebel Scum!
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.